Hi there. Welcome to SparrowCast series, where we help you connect the dots. Take home the best ideas from industry experts and thought leaders right here on SparrowCast by SurveySparrow. Today we have Anika Tannebaum, Vice President of Customer Success at Virtual Queue. Anika is an award-winning leadership professional. She's passionate and successful in setting up and building customer success operations from scratch, serving 39 different languages, including companies like Booking.com. She is also an incredible mentor who believes in turning young professionals into inspirational leaders. Welcome to the show, Anika. Super excited to have you here.
Super. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. I'm actually very excited, and thank you very much for the invitation that I'm allowed to speak about customer centricity.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so today Anika will educate us on why customer centricity matters. So over to you, Anika.
Why customer centricity matters? That's actually a really, really good question. And as you just introduced me, I'm a very passionate person. So customer centricity is very, very close to my heart.
Okay.
To me, customer centricity is actually not only important, it is the key differentiator in today's world, the key. If I just think back a couple of years ago or 10 years ago, how did customers actually behave differently? I still remember that, I think it was 10 years ago, I was browsing through a catalog when ordering when doing some shopping or when ordering some stuff. No? I was browsing through the different pages. And I didn't know what other products or prices are available in different other shopping centers or in different other catalogs. So today, the customer is actually able within a finger snip, or within seconds to compare prices and products anywhere, everywhere. So the power of the customer has changed tremendously. The customer is now in the driving seat. Yeah. And companies who have actually understood to put the customer first, to make customer centricity a priority, are the really successful ones. So just to name a few, it's like Google, Amazon, Booking, Netflix. They've understood, okay, the customer is having the power now, and we need to make sure that we put the customer in the center of everything we do. And what does that mean? That means not only one department is looking after the customer, like customer service, or the marketing department. It's actually the customers in the middle, in the center, and all the information we got from the customers are directly connected to the marketing department, the development department, the product ownership, the design department, and so on and so forth. By doing that, we can really ensure that we are aligned and that we really tailor our products and tailor our services to the customer needs. So that is, for me, customer centricity in a nutshell. What else? What did I say? Customers are really, really easy, it is really easy for customers to compare prices and products. But what does the customer actually want? The customers nowadays, and I can see that by myself, it's customers want to feel valued. They want to want to be looked after throughout the customer journey. It really depends on where the customer and the customer journey is. They have different needs and different expectations. That's why it's so important to put them really in the center. The purpose of customer centricity obviously is to find out what customers really like and what they don't like, because that will differentiate companies in the long run. I've actually prepared for today's interview. I prepared some little studies. So let me see if I can find them. Yeah. A loyal customer is worth up to 10 times more as much as their first purchase. And I'm sure you all heard it, but it's still very important to keep that in mind. It is 6 to 7 times more expensive to acquire a new customer than it is to keep a current one. And almost 60% of customers would actually try a new brand or company for better service experience. And that's a number. Almost 60% would just turn away. And customers, the company's task is really to keep the customers loyal. But how? We need to build an emotional connection. So I have 3 main key facts, which I think distinguish successful companies from companies who have still potential. And number one is customer centricity needs to be placed at the heart of their organization. That's the first one. Having said that, I've worked in many companies where they said, okay, we make customer centricity a priority. But at the end of the day, if the business wasn't running as well, the easiest to cut budget is within customer centricity. And that should not be the case, because if you cut budget on customer centricity, your employees will also feel it. And that makes a change in mindset. If you really focus on customer centricity, it needs to be the number one in your top management. And if you make customer centricity key in your company, then please include it in every single touch point. It has to be harmonized across the departments. Silo work doesn't help here. I've also have seen that. And it is more difficult to really achieve a good customer centricity. So having said that, customer centricity, make it a priority. You also need a system where you enter and save all your customer data, because it does help when a customer calls or when a customer sends an email that you have all the information available to best serve the customer. The second thing is create a customer-centric culture. And from my experience, for instance, working also at Booking, what I did is I have put my employees as a number one. And I would even go as far as employee centricity enables customer centricity. It really depends how I treat my employees. That's the way I believe they will treat my customers. As simple as that.
So everything is linked. So I'm saying everything is linked with the employees.
Exactly. Everything is linked. And the difficulty is that some of the companies, they have challenges in seeing that missing link. Yeah? They make customer centricity a priority, but they don't act as a role model. So for instance, if I put my customers and if I make my customers the priority, if I make my employees a priority, and if I put them on the number one, they will feel it. The way I greet them in the morning, the way I support them, the way I empower them, the way they can trust me, the way I develop them, they can see, oh, I'm really in the center of Anika's work. So that's what it means to also work customer-centric. That's what they experience, and that's what they feel with me acting like that. That is the way they will directly transport it to our customers. Yeah, everything is linked. And the third part is actually data-driven approach, so big data. So whatever you do, receiving feedback from the customers, you're getting to anticipate what is the customer's needs in the future. You should do really some A/B testing. So for instance, what you would like to achieve with customer centricity is you want to increase the customer satisfaction, you want to increase the revenue, you want to increase the growth of the company, and obviously you want to increase your loyal customers, because that's your most loyal fan base. And in order to test new things, I would really recommend doing some A/B testing. So half of the country gets one feature and the other half gets another feature, to compare what has the biggest impact, what drives conversion, for instance. At the same time, you could look at the loyalty rate. Did something change to the loyalty rate? You could also measure that by using the NPS score, for instance. And I'm sure you also have some different kind of data metrics. So I would really say these three key factors are the fundament for introducing customer centricity to your staff and making customer centricity a priority in your company.
That's great. That was very insightful, and I've really understood about customer-centric approach. So it's something holistic, right? A holistic
Exactly. Yeah.
Within the company and how the employees interact with the customers. So it's everything.
That's correct.
Okay. That's thank you so much for that, Anika. Thank you so much, Anika. That was truly insightful. I'm sure our audience felt likewise. We have a lot of learning from Anika here today. I truly agree, in today's world, customer centricity a key differentiator and not a good to have. Let me sum up the key takeaways from our session. The first point, keep customer at the heart of everything. Always think from the customer's point of view. The second, it helps understand customer demand and customize products and services. The third, it should be harmonized across all the teams in the organization. And the fourth, everyone loves to be valued, so does the customer, so they should be the center of everything companies do to be relevant and have a long-term business. The last, it's 6 times more expensive to keep a customer than get a new customer. And my personal favorite is, before you can be customer-centric, you must be employee-centric. Once again, thanks for your time and for sharing your thoughts, Anika. We shall see you again in the next SparrowCast. Fly along with us.